This is Robinho. Robinho is currently serving 9 years jail terms in the Brazilian prison. But what actually happened? In the year 2017, a court in Milan convicted Robinho of forceful entry over a 22-year-old Albanian lady in a nightclub in the year 2013 while he was still playing for AC Milan. The Italian authority upheld this conviction up to the year 2022. Considering that Brazil as a country does not extradite their victims to other countries for punishment, the Italian authority requested that Robinho must serve his jail terms in the Brazilian prison. So currently, Robinho is serving his jail terms in the Brazilian prison. But pay attention, because sometimes when we hear that, somebody, that a forceful entry happened in Europe, it sounds as if there was this, the person was being forced, all those kind of things. No, that is not how it happens here. We must pay attention, and that is why I believe to every parent who is raising a young talent or who are raising young footballers of tomorrow, please, you need to, pay attention to this and share this information with your children, because so many players has been accused of this. For example, Cristiano Ronaldo was accused, Benjamin Mendy was accused, Neymar Jr. was accused, Hudson Odoi was accused, Mason Greenwood was accused, Karim Benzema was accused, Frank Ribery was accused, even David De Gea was accused. And to all these people who were accused, so many of them were able to, to get out of it, but some of them, this ruined so many of their careers. So that is why I think and believe that so many, young athletes need to be aware of this, because there is a saying that a stone that one sees does not blind eyes. Now, what actually happened in most of these people's cases is this. Maybe after having what they did with these ladies, 2 or 3 years or times later, the lady can go to any of the court and say that, yes, this person so time forcefully, all those kind of things. And now, when investigation is carried out, if they find out that, yes, both of you really have this kind of thing, it is now left for you to come and prove that she gave you consent to do what you did. And we all know that sometimes you don't really have to sign agreement before doing this kind of thing, and you cannot make a record of the conversation you had, or maybe the things that you do, otherwise it can be used against you in the other way. So that is why this something becomes more difficult. But according to my findings, you must be sure that this lady says yes. And the yes must not be under pressure. The yes must be a yes, which is not under pressure. And if this lady, for example, says yes now, and few minutes later she said, no, I no longer want, then you have to stop immediately. So that is why I believe, we as parents, especially that is having young, athletes in our family, or we that are raising young athletes, it is important that we share this information with them, because take it or leave it, people are still going to be victim of this, because there are these ladies out there who are really targeting footballers, after doing what they, because I've not heard somebody that is not famous being accused that, yes, what we did in 2013, it was a forceful. It only happens to footballers, and that is why famous people, and that is why it is better for a parent to give this kind of information or lectures to their children, so that in case in the future, tomorrow, they can be able to understand what to do in a situation like this. The lady must say yes, and the yes must not be under pressure. Take note, you cannot sign an agreement. You cannot, make a video, because even if you sign agreement, you might sign agreement around 12 o'clock. And 5 minutes after 12, she said, no, I don't want again. So it can also, it might also not work. That is why it is very good to have a good knowledge of this. However, Robinho is serving his jail terms in the Brazilian prison, and let us not forget that Robinho was one of the the best dribbler of all time. He played for clubs like Real Madrid, AC Milan, Manchester City.